JuJu Watkins scores 31 points to propel No. 4 Southern California past No. 23 Michigan 78-58. Los Angeles AP. JuJu Watkins scored 31 points, making 13 of 14 free throws, and No. 4 Southern California beat No. 23 Michigan 78-58 on Sunday night in the Trojans' Big Ten home opener. Watkins had 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Kiki Ariafin added 18 points for the Trojans, 12-1, 2-0. The duo combined to score USC's first 16 points in the fourth when the Trojans outscored Michigan 21-9. Jordan Hobbs scored 19 points for Michigan, 10-3, 1-1. Greta Kampschroeder added 14 and Olivia Olson had 11. Takeaways: Michigan. The Wolverines have lost to all 3 ranked opponents they faced so far this season, including a 6-point defeat to then No. 1 South Carolina. They'll get another crack at the top team at UCLA on Wednesday. USC. Ariafin was on the bench with 4 fouls before returning in the fourth. She scored the Trojans' first 8 points to stretch their lead to 18 points and provided solid defense in the low post. Key moment. With Michigan trailing by 10 points, Hobbs scored 14 straight points, including 4 three-pointers in a row, to help the Wolverines trail 34-31 at halftime. Key stat. The Trojans were 20 of 23 from the free throw line, making 13 of 14 in the third when they trailed by 2 before getting their lead back up to 10 going into the fourth. Up next, Michigan visits top-ranked UCLA and USC hosts Nebraska, both Wednesday. JuJu Watkins proves unstoppable in Michigan loss to USC. If the No. 23 Michigan women's basketball team wanted a chance to upset No. 4 Southern California, bottling up JuJu Watkins would be crucial. Watkins, the Trojans' star sophomore guard, averages nearly 25 points a game and is central to her team's offense. But despite the Wolverines holding Watkins to just 5 points in the first quarter, Michigan's scoreless stretches and array of turnovers in those same 10 minutes rendered her somewhat slow start moot. Down by 6 and having scored just 11 points, the Wolverines headed into the second quarter having stifled both Watkins and themselves. Arguably the best player in the country, it wasn't hard to guess that Watkins would soon get going. Most of the time I use that first quarter to kinda survey what the defense is doing and try to read the defense to the best of my ability. Once I get a hang of it, it's barbecue chicken from there. No, I'm just kidding, Watkins said, chuckling as her coach and teammate Raya Marshall burst into laughter. Soon enough, Watkins started cooking. With 7:30 left until halftime, Watkins collected the ball near the top of the key. It took her 2 dribbles to get to her spot, elevate above freshman guard Tiala Delfos, one of the Wolverines' longest defenders, and swish the mid-range jumper. Then, after Michigan took the ball down the floor, Watkins rejected graduate forward Ally Van Timmeren's shot at the rim. Seconds later, she went to her left with another mid-range, scoring before Delfos even had time to put a hand up. Before the halftime buzzer blared, Watkins accrued a steal and 6 more points, bringing her total to 15. While the Wolverines had outscored the Trojans 20-17 in the second quarter, Watkins was heating up. In the third quarter, she ignited. Favoring aggressive drives over shifty mid-range fadeaways due to Michigan throwing several defenders at her, Watkins couldn't be stopped. While she only made 1 field goal in the third quarter, her trips to the basket often ended at the free throw line, and Watkins' free throws, 10 for 11 in the third quarter, were key in turning a close game into a 10-point one. She let the game come to her a little bit, and then she really got going, Michigan coach Kim Barnes-Erico said. She's such a phenomenal player, and she's such a tough matchup. I thought she went to her mid-range a bit and was able to get to the free throw line. Anytime a great scorer has a slow start and then can get to the free throw line, that settles them down a lot. And she was able to do that a bunch, and then she was kinda unstoppable. With the Trojans' secondary scoring option, Kiki Ariafin, benched due to foul trouble, Watkins rose to the occasion. With 12 points in the third quarter, Watkins padded the Trojans' lead. So when USC entered the final quarter holding onto a more comfortable margin and Ariafin came back in, Watkins could thrive as a playmaker, dishing out 3 assists en route to leading her team with 7 total. It didn't matter that Watkins accrued just 4 points in the fourth quarter. By then, she had splashed 2 threes, drained several fadeaways, and put the Trojans comfortably ahead against the Wolverines. She made plays, she disrupted on defense, and she ended the game with 31 points. And despite her slow start Sunday, Watkins was inevitable.